See this? We are given three simultaneous non-homogeneous linear equations, and we are asked to solve them by using Cramer's rule. So without using Cramer's rule also you can solve them. Just by substituting you can find the answer. Let's try with this. It will just help you in understanding the concept even better. First of all, find out delta. So delta is nothing but you put all the quotients together. See, while putting the quotients together, just be careful that this order should be important: x, y, z, x, y, z, x, y, z. After writing that, you can take the corresponding quotients and then arrange them in rows and columns. Okay, so just see that in question, if they have not given here, if they have given x, y, z, and here if they have given x, z, y, you just see to write them properly and then write this. Okay, so after that you can write delta equal to this, and now I'm just applying some transformations, row transformations. If you want, you can apply it. Otherwise, if you want to directly expand it, you can do it since it is a small matrix, right? And then if you find out the determinant, value of the determinant is found out to be minus 20. So before you do anything, first find out the value of the delta and see that delta is not equal to 0. In case if delta equal to 0, we cannot apply Cramer's rule, right? Because Cramer's rule is going to divide with delta in order to find out the values of the variables. That is why if delta equal to 0, you cannot solve the equations. Okay. So now since delta is not equal to 0, I'm going ahead. Next step is find out delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, so on delta n. So how do we get it? In the original delta, you replace the first column by the constants on the right hand side. See, it is better that you write the constants on the right hand side. Don't let them be on the left hand side. Okay, take the constants on the right hand side of the equations and then you replace with the first column. So if I take delta and replace the first column with 6, 7, 14, these three values, if I replace it here 6, 7, 14, then I get delta 1, right? And now after doing this, again I am just applying some row transformations so that I get again some value here. So here I got it as minus 20. Okay, and now we now understood that delta equal to minus 20 and delta 1 equal to minus 20. And what is it? X equal to delta 1 divided by delta. You know that rule, right? X equal to delta 1 divided by delta. We have already seen that. So x equal to delta 1 divided by delta, which is nothing but 1. So we found out the value of x, right? And now we can find out the value of y and z. So now next step is not to find out the value of y, you can find out delta 2. So delta 2 is, see, in exam they might not ask you about all of them, which means they may not ask you about x, y, z. If they are asking only about x, then just find out and leave there. If they are asking only about y, then just find it and leave it there. Okay, so in case they are asking about only y, then directly jump to delta 2, find out delta and then directly jump to delta 2. Now how do we get the delta 2? Replace the second column of delta with this constant 6, 7, 14, 6, 7, 14, right? Then I got delta 2. Now in the delta 2, again I am doing some row transformations, right? And I got this. So value of it is minus 20. You can do it without even row transformations also. Now what do we know about y? Y equal to delta 2 divided by delta, and since delta 2 and delta both are equal, y is 1. And similarly I am finding out the value of z. How? Replace the third column of delta by these constants 6, 7 and 14. So when I replace it with 6, 7 and 14 and after applying these transformations, I got this. So again the value of delta 3 is also minus 20. Then what is z? Z equal to delta 3 by delta, which is 1. So in this case x, y and z all are equal to 1. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries, for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.